Hexagon.
What's up guys, my name is Hexagon, also known as Zubre, and here's a Q&A. So during streams and private messages and stuff like that, I've been getting questions about different stuff, a lot of different stuff. One guy asked me if I could speak Cantonese, and I simply said, well, no. But I've had some other questions as well, and if you have any questions now, post them down in the comments and I'll do another Q&A. But these are questions that I've been getting from private messages, as I said, both on YouTube and Twitter, and then on the streams. And even private messages on the streams. So there's that. Anyway, let's go to number one. How long does it take to make a video? Well, my videos are fairly long. They range from, I guess, 5 to 8 up to 40 minutes or more. It all depends on how much time I have. And normally the longer videos are Need for Speed Sunday videos, which are 30 minutes and above. These take roughly 3.5 hours to record, edit. Well, okay, if you put editing in, maybe like 4 hours, maybe more, 4 hours plus, let's say that, on the longest. And this includes recording the intro multiple times, maybe even, and then of course editing and then rendering, which is the most time consuming. Just rendering the last Need for Speed Sunday, which I uploaded yesterday, unfortunately not on a Sunday, that took 2.5 hours, I think 2 hours and 36 minutes or something like that, which, you know, is quite time consuming indeed. But yeah, if you look at the video and you see the minutes, multiply that by 3. That's roughly how long it takes to render it. And then of course, you know, editing and stuff like that, but that all depends on the type of video. Another question that I'm normally asked is, how old are you? Well, at this moment I am 26. I hope that answers it. Otherwise you can just... I'm born in 89, so yeah. Where do you live? Well, I live in Sweden, and I often get messages from people saying, you don't sound Swedish. No, I don't really. The reason is that I talk to a lot of English-speaking people pretty much all day. So that has sort of been the, I guess, development of trying to get rid of that typical Swedish accent that you might hear from some other YouTubers that are Swedish. I tend to not have that type of accent, but sometimes it sort of breaks loose and then you can hear that I'm clearly Scandinavian at least. And another question that I get a lot is, what do you use to record? Because there are a lot of different things you can use to record. A long time ago, when I started YouTube, like on another account, I used Capture Card to record. And the videos were pretty okay. They weren't as high quality as they are today, but that's another reason. And I'll tell you what I do when I record. So normally you would have a codec, say 264X or something like that, or H, whichever. I use the NVIDIA codec. That way I use OBS through Shadowplay and I record with my NVIDIA graphics card instead of the CPU. So the graphics card is doing all the codec, which does it faster and does it a lot more cleaner than the CPU does. Because imagine the most intense stuff that you play ever or do, even streaming, requires CPU power. And if I can eliminate a lot of that, I can spend the rest of the CPU power on games, for example. So that's why I do it that way. A lot of people use the built-in X264 or H264. I use the, I think it's called NVENC or something like that, NVIDIA encoder, whichever. It works fine for me, and it works fine on YouTube as well. So if you have that option, if you have shadow play, look at your OBS settings on, I think it's advanced or codec or something like that. Should be in there. And another question I get a lot is, what's your favorite game? Well, that's extremely difficult because I like a lot of games. I play anything from adventure, action, horror, racing, fucking flying. I play pretty much anything, but I have two favorite games, well, three, okay, 4, 5, 6. I have a lot of favorite games. But if we remove the racing, which is like most of my favorite games anyway, Bioshock, I'm a big fan of the style. The recent one, Infinite, didn't really speak to me as much as the other ones. I think the underwater city was just awesome. I don't know, there was just a special feeling, and I actually have a limited special edition of Bioshock 2, which came with posters that I showed in another video, a tour of my apartment, which you will find a link down below. But yeah, that's one of my favorite series. Then I have Half-Life, of course, along with GTA, Grand Theft Auto. Been a big fan ever since GTA 1. I also enjoy playing the Mafia series, and I'm so stoked to see a Mafia 3, and I really hope that they knock it out the park as well as they did with Mafia 2. And another question I get is, what do you do for a living? Well, I'm currently unemployed, and I'm looking for an internship at, well, either company, that doesn't really matter. Just so I can focus on other stuff, say YouTube for example, or streaming. That's why I put forward the streaming, because I am streaming from Monday to Friday from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. every weekday. Saturdays and Sundays are off. I do upload videos, but I tend to not upload videos on Saturday. I don't know why. It's, I don't know, free time, I guess. And I think the most asked question, except for where I live or my age, is why I changed to hexagon. As you can see here, we have this very beautiful logo that I made. There is one reason. The only reason is because in my other name, Canalification, as you can see, the link, why did I even pick that? It has anal in it, and some people like anal, but I prefer not to have anal in my name, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I also, a good friend of mine called Exovine, I'll link his stuff below, I always do. I like his music. His sort of style is very, very fresh, very cool, very, I don't know, it's really nice. And I use his music for all my videos. And then he uploaded a video, or rather, he uploaded a song called Hexagon. And that's where I got it from. That's what the song name is called. It's called Hexagon. And I was like, huh, that sounds really good. That would be a great name for a game, channel, whatever. It sounds awesome. So I just picked that, changed the channel name to Hexagon instead of Canalification, changed the logos everywhere, and well, the link is still there. So if you want to look for me, you gotta look for Canalification instead of Hexagon. I tried to contact YouTube, but they're like, no, please, no. And another question that I've been getting lately, both on the streams and on my videos regarding the Project Shadows, is where did you learn to 3D model? I learned it on my own pretty much. The school that I went to get lessons from, I didn't really get anything from there except the program that I'm using, Cinema 4D. And they said the first lesson, the first lesson was how to make a ball. And if you've ever used a 3D program, you click an object that is shaped as a ball, and that's how you do it in pretty much any program. So yeah, terrible. But I learned it on my own, looking at tutorials, looking at other people's work, stuff like that. Also, you know, finding a game where you can mod something really helps. At the time I was playing a lot of 4x4 Evolution 2, which isn't really a big game, it's a very niche game. But the multiplayer was basically, there were tracks and you would try and do it pretty much. And I would do that until like 3 in the morning, you know, talking for hours with the people there. And they were all really awesome. I can't even begin to explain the community. There is one of the greatest communities I've ever experienced. Everyone is really friendly, there's no hate against anyone pretty much. And they were all in it for the game, and everyone was modding pretty much, and I just decided, alright, I'll give it a shot. So I made a few tires, made a few wheels, went on to do some more extreme stuff, started creating vehicles, which is extremely time consuming, by the way. That takes a long time, okay? I tried that, that's difficult. Getting the polygon amount in is so different. I can't even, it's so hard. Anyway, I did that, and you know, it was really fun. I enjoyed doing that. And then I did some conversion from other games to this game, and that sort of teaches you how to texture and UV map and stuff like that. I then went on to do some mods for GTA 4 and San Andreas. It was really fun, and it's really easy. It's not that difficult. Start small. Creating parts is the easiest way of getting into vehicle creation. Doing turbos or body kits or whatever, just let your inspiration be your guidance in creating stuff. Anyway guys, that has been the questions that I have received and that I thought were decent enough to put in a video. If you have any questions yourself, just put them down in the comments. Honestly, I read every comment. I might not respond to every comment, but I read every comment. Trust me. I actually get a message every time on my cell phone, and sometimes you guys comment in the middle of the night and you wake me up. You wake me up in the middle of the night in my beauty sleep. Shameful. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Give it a like if you liked the video. I know today it was supposed to be a deadlinger, but they didn't really do an update, so I'll have to do that next week. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's a lot of smoke. Let's go again.